Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Pokemon Cookbook. My name is Eric Wilson, and we have our very first guest to join us in our discussion today about Venusaur. Everyone, welcome Andrew Hilo.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited.
Nice having you, Andrew. So Andrew, I think we should start off with, we're starting with starter Pokemon. So who is your starter Pokemon? Who's your go-to starter?
My go-to is Charmander.
Yeah, that's mine too. I'm not a really big fan of Bulbasaur. I like Squirtle, but definitely Charmander was my favorite to go with.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and since this is a podcast about eating Pokemon, if you could choose one Pokemon that you could eat, which one would it be?
I think it would be Tauros, just because he's the closest to like an animal that we eat, like here in our world.
Sure.
So like a Tauros steak would definitely sound good.
Yeah, that's a good idea for that episode.
Yeah.
All right. But we'll save that for that episode. Today we're talking about Venusaur. So I asked you to come prepared for the episode today. So how would you prepare Venusaur, do you think?
So I thought about Venusaur as a stew. So you would cut up like the meat of Venusaur for a stew, and then we could use the petals of the flower inside the stew, as well as like the nectar from like the middle of the flower, because that will give it like a nice like sweet taste to it.
Yeah, that does sound really good. Do you have like a name for the dish?
The Venus stew.
Venus stew. That's clever. So it's like a stew, and it's made with the flowers and like to add like the extra taste and stuff like that from the actual Venusaur, right?
Yep, and then it would have like just like little chunks of meat inside the stew.
Oh, from the Venusaur.
Yeah.
Okay, that does sound really good. That does sound really good.
What about you? What are you thinking if you would prepare as Venusaur?
So for my dish, I took a lot of time to think about this one. I have a lot of episodes prepared, but this one was definitely the most difficult that I've come across because I didn't want it to be too similar to the last two. But I looked at Venusaur and I looked at his leaves growing off his back, and it just reminds me of like the taste of spinach, just like eating plain spinach. So I was thinking, what's a good dish with spinach? And I came across a artichoke / spinach dip. So I think that would be really good. That we can just integrate Venusaur in with an artichoke dip with like cream cheese, mayonnaise, lots of cheese, and then throw some of the slices of the trunk off of Venusaur and some of his leaves into the dish. So yeah, I think that's how I would prepare Venusaur.
Yeah, that would be really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it challenging for you to come up with an idea?
It was. I mean, Venusaur is just so hard, just because he's so big and, not like when you first look at Venusaur, he's not like something pleasant to eat when you think about it. Yeah,
he's not appetizing.
Yeah. So I thought
just a giant toad.
The closest thing I could find is a stew.
Yeah, he's just a giant toad. Yep. I don't know how. That kind of brings me to the next question. How likely do you think they would be able to eat him? Like on a scale from 1 to 10.
I'd say a 4, just because first it would be hard to catch a Venusaur, to kill it, to eat it. I think the main way to do it would be to raise them and then just evolve them into a Venusaur and then get the meat.
Right, and that takes a long time unless the Venusaur meat is really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a little bit higher. I'm gonna say 6 because I just think that he is still it makes more sense for him to be eaten than a metal kind of Pokemon or something like that. Like a steel Pokemon.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm gonna go with around a 6, but it definitely is a lot lower than the Bulbasaur or Ivysaur and I just don't think people would actually find Venusaur appetizing, just like we did.
Yeah, for sure.
So, going to the next question, do you think you would be able to beat Venusaur in a fight? Just bare hands, you don't have any rocks, you don't have anything, it's just you versus Venusaur.
Absolutely not. He's like huge, so he would
Yeah.
definitely like jump and like tackle me and like punch me like with his like the little those like little vine things that he
Yeah.
uses. Like he would like slap me and like I would definitely lose for sure.
Right, and I couldn't agree more. I think I would lose to him as well. But I did say that I would beat Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, but I don't think I can stand a chance against the 220-pound Venusaur.
Yeah.
Do you think you could beat Bulbasaur or Ivysaur?
I'd say Bulbasaur for sure, just because it's such a small Pokemon and like, you know,
Sure.
anyone, you know, like it's so short.
Right.
Ivysaur, I would say maybe, you know, it would be towards more likely than not, just because like it's not that much bigger than Bulbasaur and it's not like as huge as Venusaur.
Right, that's exactly what I said. I wasn't as confident as I was about beating Bulbasaur. You know, Ivysaur is a little bit more challenging, I think. I think I would have a bigger challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, this brings me
Yeah.
to my next segment, and this is a special segment that we're gonna only do with guests. And it's I'm gonna pick a
All right.
random drug or Pokemon, and you have to decide whether that is a drug or a Pokemon, a pharmaceutical drug, like ones that they, you know, like the ones that they advertise on TV, and the side effects list is, you know, 2 minutes long.
Yep.
So the word this week that you have to determine is Decadron. Decadron. Is this a Pokemon
Decadron.
or a drug?
I think it's a Pokemon, just because the like drawn just doesn't sound like something that a person would take. It's
Right.
more something like a person would fight.
Right. So that's your that sounds like a, yeah. Is that your final answer?
Yep. Final answer: Pokemon.
Okay. You're incorrect. I'm sorry to say.
Really?
Yep, it's a drug. I don't know
Wow.
exactly what it does, but it is a drug, pharmaceutical drug. You can probably pick it up at Walgreens right now.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny how similar, because there's a huge long list online that I just pulled this out of, and it's funny how similar most of these Pokemon names are.
Yeah. And I when you think about it, like, you know, like there's a lot of like similar ones, and then like some that you like definitely think for sure, and it turns out to be the other one.
Exactly. Well, that basically wraps everything up. Thanks for coming on, Andrew.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime.
Yep, I'll definitely have you on for more Pokemon. Maybe even have you on the Tauros episodes. So,
Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely have one prepared for Tauros.
all right. All right. That's it, guys. Follow the Instagram and the Twitter at Poke Cookbook, and we'll see you guys next week when we talk about Charmander. So, be prepared for that episode. All right. Thanks, Andrew.
Anytime.